Hello. Looks like they're only gonna give me, well, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna give me more time this time. That would be cool. All right, so I guess first I'll talk really briefly, touch on my last video's topic, which is the Dore plan for AOC to withhold the vote from Pelosi for the speakership in exchange for a House floor vote on Medicare for all. And I don't know, I kind of like this reflection, but might be confusing people. But so I was saying my position was basically no, just don't vote for Pelosi at all, regardless. But now I think since I realized that what the vote actually is just Pelosi versus the Republican nominee. You know, like any leverage that the squad had, they lost already because they already nominated Nancy. I mean, the only leverage they could have is if they tried to nominate somebody else, have maybe a third nominee, or, you know, like I think they should have nominated Rashida Tlaib, but they, like, that ship has sailed. You know, they already nominated her, so they have no choice now. It would be like voting for Biden in the primary and then not voting for him in the general election. Just seems stupid. Like, they already nominated him, Pelosi, so you know, because otherwise, what are they threatening the Dems with? They're threatening the Dems with a good time. They're saying like, oh, if you don't toe the line, we're going to give that speakership to the Republican. But that would be fine for Nancy. Like, that, you know, that would suit her class interests perfectly. And she basically is a Republican. And then it would give her an excuse to do even less, or even less than nothing, you know. It would give her an excuse to not even pretend to try anymore, because she could say, well, Republicans have the speakership of the House and they have the Senate, so all we can do is just, you know, buckle up and let them take us for a ride, which will again help her class interests. So this is not a real, this, if anything, would hurt the squad more than it would hurt her, because the squad actually kind of believes in some of the things that the Democrats are supposed to believe in. Nancy does not. So Nancy doesn't, I think Nancy will, I mean, who knows, maybe emotionally she would be butthurt about it, but I think overall they would harm themselves. They would be like, hey, you know, do this floor vote or we'll shoot ourselves. But meanwhile, she wants them to shoot themselves. So it's like, yeah, it's threatening her with a good time. So yeah, much respect to Jimmy that at least, you know, assuming he really is, you know, he's just wanting them to be more forthright and have some more brinksmanship. He's not trying to elect the Republicans. I don't know. It is what it is. Like, I give more credit to him than most of his detractors, I will say. Certainly more than I give to his centrist detractors. But yeah, I was saying, like, they should never vote for her. But yeah, now they might not really have a choice. So, I mean, yeah. If it's between Pelosi and the Republican, do whatever you want to do. If you're a Democrat, chances are you probably want to vote for Pelosi over the Republican. If you believe that there's any difference, I guess if there's no difference, I mean, I would say, yeah, there might not be a difference. So if you don't vote at all, that's fine too. But chances are the squad prefers her to the Republicans, so they should just vote for her because they already made their bed. They already nominated her. I mean, if there's still time to nominate Rashida, then yeah, that would be cool. I'd at least try, at least make some public expression that the squad doesn't see her as their political ideological leader, because so far they refuse to do that. They call her Mama Bear. You know, AOC calls Pelosi Mama Bear. So that's disgusting. But yeah, they nominated her. They should vote for her. Sorry, Jimmy. But, you know, they shouldn't have nominated her, and they should try to nominate Rashida. And they should, you know, if they're not able to nominate Rashida Tlaib or somebody else, at least like Ro Khanna or somebody better, and actually make them Speaker of the House, if it's still going to be under Pelosi's leadership, they should leave the Democratic Party. Because remember when they pretended, they said, oh no, we're going to work from the inside. We're going to, you know, improve the system from the inside and pull it left. Okay, they were elected like when, like 2018 or something, and nothing. Like, the government is more right-wing now than it's possibly ever been in history, and so they need to leave that party. You know, it's like they're just like the you know, like the handkerchief that wipes clean the record of the Dems and makes it seem like they're actually progressive. Like, oh, look at these fresh, new, young faces. This is the future of the Dems. I'm sure they said that 10, 20 years ago, like about some progressive young people. And then they knew that they had enough time to either buy their complicity or destroy their careers. So yeah, I guess, yeah, it doesn't really matter if you vote for, I mean, I guess sure, if they somehow like Jimmy's idea, I guess go for it, but then they'll just be blamed if there is a Republican who wins. Anybody who likes the Democrats more than the Republicans will hate the squad for eternity. So I'm not sure if that's a great political move. But, you know, we're thinking, at least we're trying to push the envelope or whatever, but I don't think that's the way.